Hey, shout outs to the guy handing out Pepsi to everybody. I see you out there. The Kendall Jenner of Jasper-Troupsburg, everyone. Solving all crime by handing out Pepsi.
Hey there, thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to the Torgo Entertainment YouTube channel. Welcome to the first gig log of 2020, and we start the year off right with a double header. We have not only a wedding expo, but we also have a high school winter ball.
Where are we? In the realm of the Snow Prince.
Truth be told, I had no intention of filming anything for the wedding expo. I wrestled with the idea for a while, but I decided that it wouldn't look that dynamic on screen. That would be more of a blog post than anything, and I don't really have a blog apart from the community tab on here, which I have now. Thanks, subscribers. I didn't think it was worthy of a video. But on Monday of this week, Jasper-Troupsburg High School gave me a call and was like, hey, we got some new people in charge. We have a winter ball we would like you to DJ. It's this Saturday night. And I already had the wedding expo booked. And while the times of the events didn't technically overlap, there was enough distance between the two affairs where I had to think about it. And I was like, okay, I can make some adjustments and we can make this happen. If you're not sure why I was a little confused, let's take a look at the map and see what's going on. So I'm in the middle in Corning. Jasper-Troupsburg Central School in Jasper, New York is a good chunk west of me, and the Arnot Mall, the location of the Bridal Expo, located east of me. So the way this is going to work, and follow me on this. My living room is a disaster area right now, completely filled to the brim with essentially 2 carloads of equipment. It is currently 6:45 in the morning on Friday, so I need to go do my day job until 4 o'clock. Once that's done, I come back here, load up the car with all the stuff for the school dance, and then we drive down to Jasper and set it up overnight. I told Jasper-Troupsburg that I would do the dance only if they would let me set up the day before, and they said yes. That's an advantage of having a good rapport with a school, is they kind of let you get away with that stuff. A DJ setting up for just a typical high school dance the day before, I don't think is the most common thing in the world, especially when you have schools this small in size. Once I'm done setting up there, I'm gonna drive back here, reload the car with all the wedding expo stuff, and then drive down to Arnot Mall and set up there. It's gonna be a very late night. Now, the weird thing about the Arnot Mall Bridal Expo, and this is the 5th time I have participated in it as a vendor, is that it lasts 2 whole days, Saturday and Sunday. And I don't know of many other bridal expos, especially in this area, upstate New York, where that is the case. Usually I set up the night before, Friday night, and Saturday I can roll right in. The show starts at 10 a.m., lasts until 7 p.m., and then Sunday it goes from noon to 6. Do your math, that's 13 hours of Bridal Expo, and you see a lot of people. And because it's in an open area, brides and grooms can register, but most of the people I talk to are just there on their own whim. There's no real registration, there's no real order, so it's kind of like you're just a regular kiosk in the middle of the mall. It's a different vibe than a lot of the other wedding expos that I do, but I do like it. I actually got 8 weddings from the one last year, including many of the ones you saw. I'm not gonna list off what weddings from gig logs last year I got from this Bridal Expo, because A, I think that's just an unnecessary list, and B, some of them haven't happened yet. We already have a whole slew of weddings lined up for 2020. So a couple issues I have to deal with. Number 1, my gear is split up among 2 areas, so I can't go as large with the Bridal Expo setup as I had anticipated. Are people gonna be receptive to the fact that I have to tell them that a lot of my gear is actually set up to do a gig that day on Saturday? Not to mention, I won't be able to have my Dragon frontboard facade, that'll be down there. I won't be able to have my totems, that'll be down there. And I have to leave Saturday early at like 5:30. Will that be an issue? I don't foresee that being an issue because 5:30 to 7 o'clock on Saturday is usually pretty dead. Number 2, will I have the energy to last this whole weekend? There's a lot of driving, a lot of equipment movement, and I know I'm young enough where I feel like I can do it, but I'm not that young, so I worry that this might end up taking a serious toll on me. Number 3, I already have 16 weddings lined up for 2020. Being in a bridal expo, and I have 4 bridal expos I'm in this year, is that a smart choice? Because I may end up with everyone that I talk to wanting dates where I'm unavailable. Is it worth putting the time and money into these shows when I already have a good chunk of my year blocked off? We'll find out. But I am going to show you, how I set up Bridal Expo booths, how I approach brides and grooms when I talk to them, and I'll try to make this as informative as possible. I'm not entirely sure of how this is going to appear on camera, especially at the Bridal Expo. Obviously with the school dance, that's going to be pretty straightforward, but I'm going to have the camera mounted behind me at the expo, and hopefully it catches some stuff, and hopefully you get some information out of it. But I hope you're ready for this one. I'm ready. I know this is going to be a misnomer because I have to go to work and then I'm not going to start packing the car until 4:15 in the afternoon, but it's what I say at this point anyway. Let's go.
Giving you guys an update, it is 4:38. I'm about to take off. As you can see, I have my car loaded up with all the equipment for tonight. This is just for the school dance, mind you. A lot of driving means a lot of music, so I figure I'd let you guys know what I have in my car right now. I have a ton of CDs. Arriving Somewhere by Porcupine Tree, that's a really good live album if you're into that kind of stuff. Electric by The Cult, I have that. And I have the Super Mario World soundtrack. You don't see this very often. 2 discs. It's got the soundtracks for Super Mario Bros. 1, 3, Super Mario World, some Lost Levels tracks on there. I believe it's a Japanese-only release, so good luck tracking that down if you can. Let's get going. It's starting to rain, so hopefully the weather holds up for this trip. Let's head out. 6 o'clock p.m. Everything is inside. Let's make some magic. And here we have 7:20 p.m. Everything got set up by myself in an hour 15 or so, which I'm quite proud of, and here is the setup. Very similar to the last time we were here just 4 months ago. The dragon front board facade with the Taco Bell bell. Here we have my glow totems from Trust. The ADJ Pocket Pros on top. Underneath, we do not have the wireless. We have the par cans from ADJ, the Mega Hex par cans, or whatever they're called. I forget what they're called. We have the scrim. We have 2 more of those par cans underneath the scrim. And the stack, the QSC K 10.2 speakers. Underneath that, the Chauvet Wash FX lights, more than enough to cover this entire auditorium. Underneath that, the ADJ Power Bar Link with all the cords in it, including the cords for those par cans, which is why they look a little fuller than they normally do. Off to the side, we have just one EVZXA1 subwoofer. Just one is more than enough for this size crowd. Everything taped down more or less pretty good, just got a little bit more to go. We have a mic stand, that way I can talk and mix at the same time. The Pioneer DDJ SX2, you've seen this thing a million times, and by a million I mean like 25. My trackball mouse, my Samsung laptop, which will run my DMX Go, my Audio-Technica MX50 headphones, my Samsung tablet running my DMX Go. Virtual DJ is what I meant before, sorry about that. The mic rack with the Shure ULXD microphones, the Furman power conditioner, the trash can. Phil's gonna be so happy I brought the anti-fatigue mat, because we know how much he loves that. And over here, I'm gonna put that baggage and whatnot behind a little bit later on. There is the router for my DMX Go. It does work, even though it is covered up by that skirt. So that takes care of it. We gotta go. $8:25. We're home. Let's get this stuff out of here. 8:41. Second car load ready to go. See you at the mall. And here we have the setup. This is actually Sunday. I filmed this a little after the fact because I didn't like having the camera running in a mall, because while it is a bridal expo, it is still just a mall. Couples Choice Awards 2020 winner from Wedding Wire. That's right, I have that. People like that. I know it's, it is what it is. There we have the ADJ UB Hex bars, one behind the facade, one up against the wall. I used those Wharfdale Titans when I first started out, the Titan 12As. Those things are pretty decent. The Icon Profile, we haven't used that in about 5 months just to get some more light on the ceiling. And here we have my Grundorf tabletop facade. Nothing too crazy. Like I said, we just wanted to show off a little bit to show that we're a DJ, and there are the RCF 708As. I have a 40-inch monitor on each side showing some gig log footage, and that's it. Alright, it's 5:32 p.m. Saturday. I'm leaving the Arnot Mall now, headed to Jasper. Day 1 report of the Bridal Expo. I'm not happy. I'm driving and I don't have time to mount the camcorder, so this is the angle you're getting, sorry. First off, I got there yesterday, 9 p.m., ready to set everything up. I had Wayne there to help me out. Depending on when this video comes out, you'll either know Wayne from his drunken ramblings of the top 10 worst hit songs of 2019, or you will really soon. Wayne was there because I had pipe and drape planned behind me, and the plan was to put white pipe and drape instead of black. So, had some custom-made white drape ready to go based on the dimensions that they had told me. And I get there, and there's no pipe and drape at my booth. And then I have to steal it from somewhere else, and the dimensions are completely wrong. They said it was 6 feet wide. It's easily 8 or 9. So that was useless. Second of all, there was no power. And I specifically asked for power, like I do every year when I do this expo, at the booth. They were like, yeah, you have to come back at 7 a.m. and you'll get some power. That's when we turn the power on in the building. That's never been true before, but whatever. I get there at 7 o'clock this morning, and the maintenance people were like, well, yeah, we usually turn on between 7 and 8. 8 o'clock rolls around. Oh, we usually turn on between 8 and 9. 9 o'clock rolls around and no one's there. 10 o'clock rolls around, the mall is open. The show has started. I still don't have power at my booth. I left a particularly nasty email to the woman in charge of the expo. And I said, I've been doing this for years and have never been treated like this. The fact that I don't have power. I'm a DJ company. I need electricity. And it said it was going to be provided, and the pipe and drape said it was going to be provided, and neither were provided. I cannot market myself properly. I demand a refund. I've never asked for a refund at anything before. This is my 10th year DJing professionally. She sent me back like 5 minutes later, like, oh, I just got maintenance to look into it, and if you want to leave the expo, we'll give you a full refund. Oh, it got dark all of a sudden. Sorry about that. I know this doesn't look great on camera. The problem with that is the expo has started. Brides are scampering about. It's 10:30, 10:45 in the morning by the time I got power. If they see a DJ leaving the expo, that's going to look bad on everybody, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that guy. So I stuck it out. I talked to a whole 6 people today. I don't blame the Bridal Expo to that extent. There have been diminishing returns of people going to this particular expo. 2 days is too much for an expo, and the vendors just aren't there. There are 17 vendors at this thing total. 6 DJs, and the rest are hotels or like party services. There were no photographers at this expo. There were no florists. There was no catering. There was nothing of that sort. It was just DJs, venues, and just like the special events network. So, completely unnecessary. And out of the 6 people I talked to, some of them were like, oh, we just got engaged. We're just starting to feel things out. We're probably thinking 2021, maybe 2022. Useless information. And not only that, and feel free to leave a comment in the comment section about this one. They always tell all the DJs, and a lot of the DJs who are there, we've been doing this particular expo for years, we always have this understanding that we never play our music all that loud. We don't want to drown each other out. The acoustics in the mall have always kind of sucked. No one sounds great if you blare it, so we're like, we're going to keep it down. So what they decided to do, the people in charge, they hired a jazz band to do like a 2-hour set in the middle of the center court. And as you can see, I was pretty close to center court, so that was not very advantageous for me or anybody. You couldn't hear anyone. It was way too loud. Granted, during that time I had nobody to talk to, but that's besides the point. It kind of disservice and a huge disrespect to all the DJs there, and all the other vendors for that matter. How do you expect us to talk to people, to try and sell ourselves, but you can't even hear because you're too busy making the entire mall sound like a Kmart? And I love jazz music too, but that's not the point. The point was it was way too loud, all things considered. And I still got another day of this expo to go. The fact that there was nobody there may have had to do with the fact that it is currently 61 degrees, 5:38 p.m. Unseasonably warm for January. But I still have to do the Jasper-Troupsburg Winter Ball. That's all set up, ready to go. I'm headed there now. I know I'm almost dressed up, but there's still one thing left for us to do. And you know what time it is. It's time to level up. Two things. Number one, that clip is from a show called Kamen Rider X8. A couple people have been asking about that. Secondly, you may notice, and this is something that I had happen to me, on my DMX Go, I tried to use it, and the moving heads from ADJ weren't even on there. So real quick, I'll just show you. Go to Fixtures if you need to reattach this, and down here you go to Brand. You would scroll to ADJ. ADJ is not even there right now. So in order to do that, you would need to sync it up to the internet and re-download the patch. You would just have to restart the tablet, and that worked for me. Is American DJ there? Yeah, it's American DJ, not ADJ, but it wasn't there before. So you just hit American DJ, you go to the fixture, which for me was the Pocket Pro, you set mode, I like it on the mode 1, then you add a fixture based on the channel. Let's go.
Listen up, y'all, 'cause this is it.
If you wanted to, these expensive, these is red bottoms, these is blood moves.
When I popped off, then you go give me just a little bit of my job. Baby, so cold, he from the north, he from the con. Crazy is beautiful to me. On a little Tuesday, in town, walking the sweetheart is feeling good. You don't hold that line, yeah.
I got 4 projects that's a human
get jazzy on. I'm that flight that you get on, international. I wish for you, stop this life because all that you wanna do. Roxanne, Roxanne, all she wanna do is party all night. Roxanne, all she wanna do is party all night.
And we're back. The evening after. Sunday evening. Everything's finally done. I haven't done the extended breath in a while, but this is a weekend that definitely warranted it. The Wedding Expo. All that stuff I mentioned as I was driving to the winter ball last night definitely held true. I will tell you that somehow I got 2 bookings today from the expo. And both of those bookings actually happened in the first half hour of the festivities today. The first one I booked was actually the first couple I talked to yesterday when I didn't even have power at the booth. So it just goes to show you, and I know some DJs are not gonna wanna hear this, ultimately at wedding expos, gear does not matter. It all depends on how you carry yourself. It's not even salesmanship so much as it is personality. You need to be outgoing and you need to be personable when dealing with prospective brides in rooms. I know that a lot of DJs just think that all you need are the tunes and you can just play bangers all day and you don't need to get on the microphone. And that's why they're in the bedroom. And we mobile guys are out here making money. The gear that you bring doesn't really matter. Bring a photo or a video of past setups. It's really not worth the headache, especially when you're in a large room like the Arnot Mall, where the acoustics are not gonna serve anybody, especially with the jazz band that they had playing yesterday and a bunch of other stuff. And to give you an idea of how crazy this schedule is, I'm gonna show you right now. Let's take a good shot of what this room looks like. So there's the camera and oh dear, that's just a lot. That's a lot of stuff. Sorry about the big old lights in the way, but and back there too, you can see there's a lot going on. There's stuff off in the side rooms, and that pretty much gives you everything you need to know. I'll sort that out throughout the week. But overall, the whole weekend, I would say it was a success. After everything I went through with the Mall Expo, I'm kind of inclined to not want to do it again. That means I have 18 weddings thus far for 2020. And like I said, for expos, I'm probably not going to do gig logs really. One of them does fall on the same weekend as an actual gig, so maybe I will have one for that. That's at the end of February. High school dance went very, very well. I don't know what the deal was with the snowmobile in there. It was kind of weird being 61 degrees and having the winter ball, but the kids remembered who I was. They had their interesting requests, as Jasper-Troupsburg tends to have. They requested Caro Caro Bonito's Flamingo, which was kind of a meme song. If you don't know what that is, I played it at prom last year, and they decided to bring it back for this particular one. And the kids actually cheered when I said I was gonna be there for the prom this year.
If you're a senior, you'll see me in a couple months because yes, I am booked for prom this year.
The The one thing that the school did that I thought was kind of weird, if we look to the footage here, they had me give out some awards that the faculty had provided. And one of them was like the cutest couple.
Cutest couple. That goes to Paige Watkins and Logan Brewer.
Is that cringe to anybody else? Like, I had to really specify that I was not the person who decided who got what award. I don't even know these kids' names. But to award cutest couple to a boy and a girl, that's so subjective. And they get like prizes and stuff. I don't know. Let me know if that's something that they do at schools. I think it's weird, personally. If you want to give out prizes that badly, have a raffle. As always, I'm going to provide a playlist at the tail end of this video, specifically from the Winter Ball. Of course, I did not play any music during the expo. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know this is going to be a longer one, but I hope you got some good information out of this. I'm Torgo at Torgo Entertainment. You won't see the next gig vlog for at least a month, because January is looking pretty light, but February has a couple things, and I have 3 more expos to get through. So until the next gig, take care. I'm going to bed.
Kind of like the 2 different camps on that song. Some of you were actually dancing, trying to have a moment, and some of you were singing along and kind of sound like roadkill. Speaking of,
Right now, I just need you to get real